A ton of people will say that buying a brand new vehicle of any sort is the worst financial decision you can ever make. They'll say that the minute it drives off the lot and depreciates from a brand new bike to a pre-owned bike, you will spiral into financial ruin that you will never recover from. And other people will say that buying a motorcycle in general is one of the worst financial decisions you can make. But forget those haters, because what no one can argue with is that buying a new bike comes with one major advantage that used bikes just can't match. That's sweet, juicy manufacturer warranty. This warranty is more than just a marketing tagline on the manufacturer's website. It's a safety net that guarantees you peace of mind and can massively cover your butt if your bike needs some serious mechanical work early on in your ownership. First and foremost, a new motorcycle warranty protects you from unexpected repair costs. When you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a new bike, knowing that you won't have to pay for an engine replacement out of pocket if something catastrophic were to happen can certainly help sweeten the deal and instill confidence in the buyer. Most manufacturers offer warranties that cover defects in parts or workmanship for at least 1 to 2 years and sometimes even longer. Although typically the longer the warranty, the less reliable the bike tends to be. For instance, a Honda comes with a 1-year factory warranty, and some KTMs now come with a 4-year factory warranty. Just something to keep in mind. Regardless of the term length, the manufacturer warranty means if something goes wrong due to parts failure or manufacturing defect, like a failed fuel pump, electrical issue, or a self-detonating camshaft, the repair costs are on the manufacturer, not you. Whereas when you buy a used motorcycle, you're typically on your own with those dreaded words, "so as is." So even if the previous owner claims it's in great shape, hidden problems can pop up and fixing them can get expensive fast. When you're buying new, you know no one's abused the bike or skipped oil changes. Combine that with the warranty, you can just go out and enjoy the rides without worrying about what might go wrong. That confidence makes it easier to take longer trips, push the bike a little harder, or be able to rely on it as daily transportation without second guessing every sound or rattle. There are other benefits you can purchase when buying a new bike with a warranty, like roadside assistance or maintenance plans. But most of the time, these additional warranties can be kind of a grift. If you've got the money to spare and really want a streamlined riding experience where all you gotta do is ride, those service plans mean you can rely on the dealership for all the dirty work. Plus, if you buy an extended warranty that transfers to new owners, that can improve your ability to resell the bike, giving a little extra peace of mind to a prospective new owner. A warranty makes owning a new motorcycle far less risky. It reduces financial surprises, provides peace of mind, and adds value whether you're keeping the bike or planning to sell it later. While used motorcycles might be cheap up front, the warranty alone can make buying new the smarter choice in the long run. If you want a bike with the latest tech features and design updates, buying a new bike is hands down the way to go. Especially in the last few years, we've seen a ton of cool new models or significant updates. Manufacturers release updated bikes every year with improvements that reflects advancements in performance, safety, and rider experience. By buying new, you're guaranteed to get the most current version. No compromises, no outdated tech, no wondering if you're missing out on something cool. No crying because your buddy has a 5-inch TFT display and your used model merely has a woeful LCD. Even if a lot of used bike simps say that that's the reason they bought the bike. Modern motorcycles are evolving fast. Every year, manufacturers tweak engine performance, update electronics packages, refine ergonomics, improve the aero and other bodywork design, and even make chassis changes as well. Buying a new model means you're getting the latest iteration of that bike, often with better fueling systems, smoother quick shifters, improved ABS and traction control, or if you're a sport touring boy, even radar-based cruise control or blind spot detection. As I mentioned, motorcycles are evolving really fast, so these new features didn't even exist on bikes last year. And you might think, well, new tech, new features, doesn't that mean there's untested components that might present potential issues? Well, you got a factory warranty, baby, so nothing to worry about. Buying a new bike also gives you access to a greater variety in addition to the most updated models. If a certain bike is only a few years old, it may not be readily available on the used market yet. And a lot of times, once you have your heart set on a certain bike, nothing else will do. And there's a lot of really great new models coming out this year. That's the bikes we do on our giveaways most specifically, and I always have to buy them new. So by buying a new bike, you'll have access to an entire dealer inventory where you can find the specific model you want, in the color you want, in the trim level you want. You won't just be limited to what the locals have listed on Marketplace. Buying a new motorcycle often gives you far more flexibility when it comes to financing, especially compared to purchasing a used bike outright. Now, this is a contentious subject that we've talked a lot about on this channel, but one of the biggest advantages is how manufacturers frequently offer special financing deals that make it easier and more affordable to get on a brand new machine. And again, to be clear, this is not an outright endorsement for every young person with a W-2 to go take out a loan on a $20,000 motorcycle just because they can get approved with a quote-unquote nice interest rate. But financing bigger purchases when you are in a good financial position can allow you to keep more cash in your bank account that can either collect interest or access in the case of emergency or invested. This is advantageous if interest rates on your loan are really low and competitive. Major motorcycle brands like Yamaha, Honda, Harley, and even BMW often offer really competitive financing options on certain models, including low interest rates, extended loan terms, or even zero down promotions. These manufacturer-sponsored financing programs are specifically designed to move new models off showroom floors, and they're typically available only for new bikes. So usually these competitive financing offers are floating around 2 to 5% APR, which in the current inflation environment and for interest rate environments are pretty good. But sometimes, more likely in the off season, you might even see interest rates as low as 0% for a limited time, which is something you'll basically never find when financing a used bike through a bank or credit union. On the flip side, financing a used motorcycle often comes with higher interest rates and shorter loan terms. Lenders see used bikes as a higher risk because they've already depreciated and may be prone to mechanical issues. This means you'll likely end up paying more in interest over the life of the loan, even if the upfront price is lower. Buying a new bike not only gives you access to the latest models and tech, but it also opens the door to manufacturer-backed financing deals that can make ownership more affordable and predictable. But as many of you know here on Yami Noob, the official position is buy the toy used, buy it cash, and call it a day. Even though I've bought a lot of new bikes and used bikes, I don't know, the heart wants what it wants, boys. One of the underrated benefits of buying a new motorcycle is avoiding the hassle of dealing with a previous owner's questionable or overly personalized modifications. When you buy used, you're not just getting a bike, you're getting the previous owner's idea of what that bike should be. And that can be a problem because oftentimes it means these bikes are outfitted with cheap, tacky, distasteful mods that are going to require extra time, money, and effort to get rid of. You guys have seen my It Came From Facebook series and my It Came From Craigslist series from many years ago. Riders can get pretty crazy with the mods. Many riders love to customize their bikes, but not all mods are created equal. Some might make sense to the original owner, but don't align with your preference or needs. Maybe the previous owner swapped the rear shock and lowered it a few inches, so now that GSXR 600 feels more like a lowrider than a track bike. Maybe they replaced the factory exhaust with a painfully loud eBay crap pipe, or they installed wicked ape hangers on a bike that has no business having wicked ape hangers, which, come to think of it, every bike should have wicked ape hangers. These kind of things have made the bike feel right for them, but not for you. Some mods are just tacky, but some border on unsafe, like bad lighting mods, hacked up wiring harnesses, altered steering geometry, or engine mods with improper tuning. Reversing or fixing the problems associated with these mods can be not worth the effort or cost. When you buy a new motorcycle, you're getting a clean, untouched, unmolested machine, exactly as the manufacturer designed it. No weird quirks, no questionable mods, no mysteries. You get to break it in your way, your style, and ride it how you want. If you want to make changes later, they'll be tailored to your style, taste, and riding preferences. Not some random guy on Marketplace. It's a beautiful blank canvas. Beyond just the warranty, buying a new motorcycle gives you peace of mind because you know exactly what you're getting. You're getting a machine that hasn't been ridden, dropped, modified, or poorly maintained. It comes straight from the factory, untouched, and in perfect condition with zero wear and tear. If you've never bought a brand new motorcycle before, it's a pretty intoxicating feeling riding something so freshy nice. When you buy used, no matter how clean the bike looks or how trustworthy the seller seems, there's always some degree of risk, hidden problems. Maybe it was involved in a minor crash that wasn't disclosed. Maybe it sat for years with old fuel in the tank. Maybe the oil wasn't changed regularly, or the valves were never checked. These issues don't show up right away, but can lead to major problems down the road and expensive repairs. A new bike, on the other hand, hasn't had the chance to be neglected or abused. The engine is brand new, broken into your standards, whether you're a hard break-in or a soft break-in kind of guy. The electronics haven't been tampered with. The ABS fuse hasn't been pulled out by a stunt boy or a hooligan. Tires, brakes, and suspension are fresh and fully functional. You're starting from a clean slate, which means you don't have to wonder what happened in its previous life. This peace of mind lets you focus on what really matters, getting out there and enjoying the ride. Whether you're commuting to work, carving up twisties, or heading on a longer trip, you don't have to constantly worry about strange noises, mysterious vibrations, or whether the previous owner torqued the bolts to proper spec. You can trust that everything is as it should be, safe, solid, and straight from the factory. That peace of mind means that you'll be able to spend your time riding and not wrenching. And whether you're a new rider or an experienced rider, knowing you have a solid, reliable machine can be worth the extra cost for most people. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you think access to new models, latest tech, and factory warranty is worth the extra cost of a new bike? Or have you already flooded the comments section talking about how buying new bikes is a fool's errand and how you only buy cheap used bikes and you fix them up because you're the smartest and most financially savvy motorcycle mechanic on earth? I thought so. Just remember, if nobody buys new bikes, we'll never get used bikes to buy. Somebody's got to buy those new bikes. Be sure to subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you on the next one. Fact: in 18th century France, aristocrats used elegant padded chaises percée chairs with built-in holes to discreetly relieve gas during long social gatherings. Goodbye.
Oh, I love being here inside of the warm embryonic fluid of Valentino Rossi. Me and him just sharing foods together. Maybe he's gonna eat some pizza or some pasta here in the hills of Tavullia. But you know where else it's nice and warm and cozy is this next episode of Yami Noob you can click on right over here. I'd love for you to watch it. But anyways, I'm gonna stay here hanging out. Me and him might go onto the track later, but I'll catch you guys later.